down. We'll post our schedule for next week, probably tomorrow, so that you have that. So tonight is the last meeting at 8 p.m. for this week. And then you can see replays, recent replays at our YouTube channel. Check out the quick 8-minute overview if you want to play catch up there or something like that. And join our Telegram group for information, things like that. You can check out the Think Plus website as well at thinkenergy.plus. All right, so let me first get this recorded so that if anybody wants to check further into, boy, this whole thing with the, I apologize for that. This whole thing with the with the new Zoom session that they have, where it kind of creeps in and out on you. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it isn't. So,
recording
all right,
in
my
progress.
name is Tony Procopio. I am logging in from New Fairfield, Connecticut. I appreciate you taking some time out of your schedule to check out what we're doing. We are in the major beginning phases of our launch. We are launching for the customer side of things very soon, and we've just started to launch for the advisor enrollment side of things. So the ability for you to sign up is coming your way. We have to go in order. This is a person-to-person, people-to-people business. And so that's exactly what we're doing right now. So we appreciate everybody hanging in there as we get fully launched here. So let me give you some background, a little bit of background. So in November of 2021, a company called EnergyWell announced that they had a $100 million capital commitment from a company called Oaktree Capital. And they basically invested $100 million into that company to help them to establish and create a best-in-class sustainable energy platform. That company, EnergyWell, is based out of Connecticut. In February, this past February, a year ago, EnergyWell announced the launch of their global technology licensing business, a platform called the Proton app, the Proton platform. And it's a proprietary platform. That means basically nobody else has it. In June, this past June, EnergyWell announced and introduced the new community solar unit. We're going to talk about community solar. I've worked for the past 4 years in community solar. I love it. I think you're going to love it too if you don't know about it. It's a fantastic program that everyone can participate in. That's a great thing, with nothing to buy and nothing to install. So that's always a good thing. And then I've also been in the energy sector on the retail electricity supply side for the past 10 years as well. So I love the marriage of these two industries. Now, EnergyWell in September announced that they were taking some of that $100 million investment that they got in the prior November, and they were acquiring a company called Think Energy. That's where our name comes from. We acquired a company that already existed. If you go and look up Think Energy, you'll see all kinds of reviews and things like that from the past. We're taking that. It was a shell of a company. They weren't really using it. So we acquired it. We bought it so that we could have their licenses immediately in all of the states. And so we're rebranding that and relaunching and cleaning up the social media presence and BBB and all that good stuff. So if you're going and Googling things, you're looking at things that happened from the previous owners. Okay. This is brand new relaunch of the Think Energy platform. And then in December, just last month, a little over a month ago, EnergyWell completed that acquisition of Think Energy. And now EnergyWell and Think Energy, they're basically like one big company, right? And now they have the licenses in all of the markets that we're looking to get into immediately, and then we can expand into others. So let me tell you a little bit about the award-winning executive team here at Think Energy. Mike Falquist is the founder and CEO. Former founder and CEO of Viridian Energy and Creus Energy. You're talking a company that was built from the ground up. He's a very successful business person, 300,000 customers, entrepreneur of the year, a $300 million IPO. And then that company was acquired by Vistra Energy for $500 million. I mean, someone does not pay $500 million for a company if something good wasn't happening there. And so we have more people on the award-winning team here. Brad Tales joined our team as well. He's our senior VP. He comes from the North American Power background as well as ACN. Tremendous experience in energy and direct selling, and he has the knack, right? He's kind of like our field liaison guy. That he's the one that's making sure that we get what we need in the field. And so he's a great person to have on the team. Super smart, incredible with compensation plans, and just a genius. To be around. An award-winning executive team goes even further. Christian, Roop, and John. These are people who, again, an incredible track record in energy and direct selling. Christian does all of the purchasing and acquisition of energy. Roop is the CFO behind the scenes. He's making sure we get paid on time all the time. And John Breitbart comes from the North American Power background. He's our director of communication. So he's kind of taking all the social media and everything that's outward for communication from the company. He's heading that up, as well as making sure that people understand what's going on. And you're seeing his and his team's handiwork here on these slides. So the energy industry, if you're not familiar with it, energy monopolies were broken up a long time ago, and in many states you have the right to choose. And if you choose a supplier on your electric bill in those states, you can actually have a new rate on your electric bill. So the only thing that changes is the cost of your energy. Everything else stays exactly the same. No disruption to your service. And so that's available in many states. We're licensed in these states right now. More than this, actually, but this is where we're launching initially: Delaware, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts. You see New Hampshire on there, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Washington, D.C., Connecticut, and New York as well. And so the benefits are there. You have 100% clean energy. That's what we're offering to all of our customers. That's a great place to be when you know that 100% of the energy that comes through this platform is 100% clean on the electricity side. So we have competitive long-term fixed rates. That is our staple. We're going to talk about these competitive, affordable, predictable, price certain rates so that people can ride out this volatility that's happening in the energy sector. We also have savings rebate programs and cash reward programs. So not just a rate, right? That's the way you don't want to be just in the energy sector, just giving out a rate. How about doing things that no one else is doing? Like, how about a free energy club? How about that? How about being able to say, I get my energy supply for free? And that's what we have with our customer referral program. We have an app that's powered through that proprietary platform. You can get 100% off of your Think Energy supply portion of your bill just by referring customers. So when you refer 3 customers, check this out. You get 10% off of the supply portion of your bill. Your rate goes down by 10%, your supply rate. Just for referring 3. You don't have to refer 3 every month. This is refer them once. These are long-term 3, 4, 5-year fixed plans for people that are flat, level, that don't change. Those rates don't change. And so people will stay on these programs long-term. So you can refer 3 people and get free energy for,
excuse me, can everyone mute their phones,
decades,
please?
if they continue to renew and stay on the platform. So a very powerful platform. It's expensive. I mean, giving away 10% no for just 3 customer referrals long-term, that is a very expensive undertaking if you run the numbers on it. So refer 10 customers, check this out. You get 40% off of your supply rate, and then refer 20. So 10 more, total of 20. And now you have 100% off. People ask me, wait a minute, what 100% off of what? Well, if your rate is 10 cents, 100% off of 10 is 0. It makes your rate 0. So that's how it works. We have a great platform here. We're very excited about it. That's just one part of it. We also have community solar. Now, as I said, I've been in that industry for 4 years, and it's a very exciting platform. It's the fastest growing segment of the energy sector. And basically, in a nutshell, you can get the benefits. Everybody should remember this little sentence, like imprint this on your mind, because you're probably going, if you decide to participate with us in this program, you are probably going to make a lot of money on community solar long term. And if you imprint this into your head and just say it and spit it out over and over and over again to everybody that you meet everywhere for, the next decade or longer, you're going to be able to make a lot of money. So here's how it's basically this. Community solar allows you to get the benefits of solar without having to buy or install solar panels. No rooftop required. That's all you have to remember. I'm going to say it again because it's really important. We're going to imprint this on everybody. So community solar is the same as it's getting the benefits of solar without having to buy or install solar panels. No rooftop required, which means renters can even participate. People who rent businesses can participate. We have this technology platform that we talked about. This is coming in 2024. There's other things coming in 2024 too. It's a technology platform called Proton, what enables customers to use an app-based customer experience. It allows you to do things like select options on your app to allow you to chip away at your electric bill, to drop your electricity down, to get extra discounts on your bill. Like, hey, I'll let the electricity company raise my air conditioning temperature by a couple degrees for 4 hours a day during peak demand time. And in exchange, I'll get a discount on my bill. Sure, I'll do that. How about in the winter? Lower your electric heat a couple degrees for just like 4 hours a day. You won't even really notice it, but it's really noticeable to the grid, and you get a benefit for that because it's valuable to the grid. How about charging your electric car overnight? There's going to be all kinds of things that we have going on with solar and batteries and everything else that's going on in the technology space with energy. So we're empowering customers to save is what we're doing. We have these long-term, fixed, stable, affordable rates for residential and small commercial in all of our markets. We have community solar in most of our markets, like 3/4 of our markets right out of the gate, but eventually all of the states, because right now community solar is available or approved in 22 states. The other 28 states are in the process of approving it, and they will over the next 6 or 7 years. It'll be a 50-state program. So community solar is happening. It's a state program, and it's moving forward. Customer incentive program, we have that free energy program, and then we have those smart meter incentives. When you look at this, and we like to put this up on the screen to let you see these 4 service offerings, because we haven't found any company, and we've been doing this for quite a while. We've come across, I don't know, tens of thousands of people on events over the past couple months. And we've been asking everybody, can you find me a company that does all 4 of these things? Nope, nobody's been able to. I said, how about 3? Nope, nobody's been able to say 3. I found a couple people that said, I know a company that does 2. So we're unique in the marketplace, doing something no one else does. That's where you want to be, first to market. So customer incentives. Here's an example of how it would work like in the real world. In National Grid, where they have a real rate right now of 33 cents per kilowatt hour. The rates went through the roof. It's like 3 times what it was last year at this time. We're going to come in somewhere in the probably, I don't know, 15, 16, 17, 18 cent range when we launch in February. And so that's a great rate compared to the utility. I mean, that's awesome, right? But that's a fixed flat rate. It doesn't go up and down. People get worried about those things like, oh, you're going to jack my rate up at the end, in the middle of my agreement. Like I have these variable rates. No, we don't have that. It's all fixed rates that stay the same all the time through the term. Then you can opt into community solar in Massachusetts. And now you'll get a discount on your bill that will give you the equivalent of a 16 cent per kilowatt hour rate if you started at 18. If we come in at 15, it'll be even lower. Refer 3 customers through that program. You'll get a cash rebate on a Think Plus debit card that'll give you the equivalent rate of 14 cents per kilowatt hour. This is getting interesting, right? Refer 10 customers. Now your rate is the equivalent of 8 cents per hour because of those cash rebates that kick in. And then refer 20 and your rate is free. Who wouldn't want this? If you show this, everybody that I show this slide to, like take a screenshot of that and go around and ask people if they'd want their electricity rate to look like this. Everybody wants those green arrows going down, down, down. In Illinois, let's look at a market where it's going to be tighter. The savings is going to be tighter, maybe like a 5% savings. They're currently at 9.79. We might come in around 9.29, maybe a little less. It's just an approximate rate. Well, you opt into community solar. Yeah, you're in the 8s. You refer 3 customers, you're in the 7s. Refer 10, you're in the 4s. Refer 20 and you're free. Again, everybody wants this no matter what the starting point is. Everybody wants this. We're doing something no one else can do. No one else that I know of, correct me if I'm wrong, no one else that I've ever seen or heard can do what's on this screen except for Think Energy. Utility prices are just going up across the board. If you look at rates and you just Google electricity rates increasing, you're going to see all of these things. I'm not going to go through all the details on this, but it is happening. There are even utility companies putting out warnings, not warnings, but recommendations in newspapers. Like here's Central Hudson in New York telling the customers, you might want to go and find an energy service company. That's a third-party supplier like Think. You might want to go and find somebody to help you out for electric and natural gas, which we will be doing. We'll talk about that at the end. But fixed rate options, they protect you against volatility in the marketplace. They started putting it in inserts in December and on their website, telling customers to do that, to make sure they find something because they can't help you long-term because of the volatility. And then the state of Connecticut talking about how, just in, 9 months in 2022, customers that were with third-party suppliers saved a combined $10 million just in the state of Connecticut. Now, it's all of these rate increases are because of the price of natural gas. The price of natural gas dictates the price of electricity because most electricity is produced, especially in the northern half of the country, by natural gas. And so other than a few spikes with storms and events and things like that, the price over the past 10 years before 2022 was about $3 per MMBTU. I don't even know what that is, but all I know is that when it goes from 3 to 6.5, 3.1 to 6.5, that's like more than 100% increase. And so if the price of electricity is based on that, we're going to have a heck of a time. And that's why they're talking about Henry Hub natural gas futures is talking about how your energy bills are going to look like this over the next 5 years. It's going to be a crazy roller coaster going up and down and up and down. But if you look on this, there's no threes on here. This chart starts at 4. It goes up to whatever, 7. So we're talking like 4s, 5s, and 6s. That's where everybody's going to be for these prices. And so electricity rates are just, going to follow that. That's just what's going to happen. The fundamentals that are out there are supporting high prices in the United States because of all of the demand, because of all the things that are going on in the world, because of the economy, because of inflation. So if your long-term, if your electricity bill over the next 5 years looks like this, which it will, wouldn't it be better to have something where your rate, instead of being this blue line that just you have no way to predict it and it could just skyrocket anytime? Wouldn't it be better to have something like this from Think, where you could have like a nice flat fixed rate to ride out the roller coaster of volatility, and then get into community solar, and now your rate is on the purple line, and then refer a few customers and it goes down even more. Now you're in the orange line when you refer 10, refer 20, get your smart meter things going in 2024. Everybody that I know wants these flat lines. Any of them are good, but you have control over it because we empower you to do things that no one else can do. You can't do all the things you do with us anywhere else. So now we're going to talk, that's the customer side of things. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we make money. Now, listen, this is a complex plan. There's no way you're going to understand this on the first go around. And you know what? 99% of the people that participate in this, they're never going to understand it because, all you have to do is participate, and kind of like, if you build it, the money will come. It's kind of like that. So the amount of income is not guaranteed. We don't have any guarantees. It's all based on what you do. I love that, we have a platform where everyone comes in with equal opportunity, but you have the right to go and perform unequally whenever you want to. That's the best kind of platform that I've seen. I love those kinds of platforms. Everything's equal for everybody right out of the gate. Think Plus, we offer 7 different ways of getting paid. These are exciting ways to get paid. You can make personal income and leadership income. Those are great, but the big income is team income. We're going to talk about that. So yes, you can make a lot of money just by doing your own activities. But when you go and help other people and give them an opportunity to earn and bring something good to their lives, you can really make a difference in other people's lives. And our platform is basically, if you make a difference in enough people, in other people's lives enough, if you make a difference in other people's lives enough, then you're going to have a major impact in your own life in a positive way. And so that's what this is all about. We have a energy advisor compensation plan. You can go to thinkenergy.plus and download this compensation plan. You can read through it and study it if you like. Not expecting anybody to be an expert on this. It is detailed and complex, but the complexity is what pays us very well. It's a very lucrative comp plan. So first, let's talk about this. Everyone comes in as an energy advisor. And then when you want to promote, you can earn bonuses for promoting. So when you want to get to regional energy advisor, you need 5 personal customers and 50 team customers. 5 personal customers are basically like, you send someone your website link as an advisor and they sign up as a customer. That's a personal customer. Then if that personal customer uses their app or their Proton platform and sends a referral out to another customer and they become a customer, even though you had nothing to do with it, that's your personal customer too. And that goes to infinite degrees of separation, right? No matter how many referral lines away, you get those as personal customers. And then the same thing with team customers. Team customers are when you bring an advisor onto your team, and then that advisor sends their website link out to someone who decides to become a customer. That's a personal customer for your team. Those are your team customers. And when those team customers refer other customers, those are also your team customers. It all counts. Now, when you reach that, we only have one rule, and it's called a 40% rule. And it says that in order to get 50 team customers, that's the requirement, no more than 40% of the 50 required to promote can come from one line. Okay, what does that mean? A line. That's like a leg on your team. That's like somebody that you brought in as an advisor. That's a line. Then you have another person you brought in. That's another line. And you have another person that you brought in. That's another line. You're going to need at least 3 lines in order to promote through the compensation plan, because 40% of 50 is 20 customers. You'd have 20 come from one line, 20 from another, let's say, and 10 from another, or 17 from each. That would be a total of 50 as well, as long as no more. You can't count more than 40% from one line. Now, that's how it works through this entire compensation plan. I mean, I love this because you don't start over from zero as well. When you want to get from regional energy advisor to, say, senior energy advisor, you only need one more personal customer because you already had 5. All the work you did before follows you to the next rank. You don't start over. So that's a great place to be. You can earn anywhere from $100,000 to $50,000 in one-time bonuses just for promoting through the compensation plan. And then if you do these first 3 in 90 days, hint, hint, we have a big promotion attached to a 90-day, people who get to director in 90 days. We have a 90-day plan to do it. And we have a major thing. I'll show you that at the end. But you get double the bonuses and then some if you do it right out of the gate with us. So there's over $85,000 available in rank advancement bonuses just on this page alone. That's enough for most people to get started, but we have more. It's like that commercial. Oh, but wait, there's more. We have customer acquisition bonuses. When you sign up an electricity customer, you earn $20. Every time you sign up 10 customers, $200, 20 customers, $400, 100 customers, $2,000. No time limits, no countdown clocks. Today is just as good as next year, same day. It's all the same every time. It's always the best time to start your business. So then as you rank up from senior energy advisor to senior partner, you can pick up another $1 on every one of these promotion ranks. So you $1 at senior, $2 at director, because they stack, right? All the way up to $7. So when someone brings in a new customer, you can earn up to $7 by promoting through the compensation plan. When your team earns 20, somebody on your team earns 20, you can earn up to 7. That goes up to infinite levels. That's what infinity means. We've got a powerful platform here, but it doesn't stop there. We have a coded infinity bonus as well. Some of us are familiar with coded comp plans. From director all the way to senior partner, you'll pick up $2 at each rank for a total of $12 available. If you add up all of these, you can earn the green and the blue. So when someone brings in a customer and they earn $20 on your team, you add up the 1s and 2s, that's $19. You can earn up to $19 every time someone on your team earns 20. And the coolest part about this is this is unlike normal coded comp plans. When someone matches you in rank, they usually take over all those bonuses going forward and you can't earn on their new production. Not so with our comp plan, because when someone matches you, like let's say you're a partner and you got used to making these $8, 2, 2, 2, and 2. Is that 3, 2, 2, 2, and 2? Yeah. Okay. That's 4, $8. So what happens is when someone matches you at partner, they pick up the first generation. And then all of a sudden, like magic, a new code opens up for you. And now you are earning the $8 just like you always did. You want everybody to match you. You want everybody to do exactly what you did, which is promote. $2 goes into our profit sharing pool called the partner pool. We'll talk about that for every customer that comes in. And then check this out. That's just electricity. You guys, there's more, because most of our markets, like 3/4 of our markets, are community solar markets, or will be when we launch community solar shortly after we launch electricity. Well, most customers in those states are going to opt into community solar. So when they do, look what you earn here, $60. This is just a free discount from a state program. Everybody's going to do it. Everybody's going to want that. No, I mean, oh no, I don't want it. I want to pay my utility company as much money as I possibly can. Oh, forget that, everybody. Let me tell you right now, the utility companies, they have enough of your money. They don't need any more. Okay. So everybody's going to opt in on this discount right here. And then on top of that, they're not ones and twos over here. These are threes and sixes. It's 3 times as much, $6 going into the partner pool. I mean, I don't even add those up. You can make a lot of money, just by building and advancing through the compensation plan. I mean, crazy what we have here. There's over $212 in bonuses paid out to the field on every customer that comes in for electricity and community solar combined. And most of our customers will be both. So monthly residual pay. So not only do we have these upfront bonuses, which are great, they're one-time bonuses. You can make, you can have a healthy lifestyle with that, just on those things that we showed you so far. If it ended here, this is a great program. We also pay monthly residual. So if you're unfamiliar with residual pay and you're not accustomed to it, I highly recommend it. It's the kind of money that comes in month after month after month for doing something once. And you know what? Monthly residual comes from people paying their electricity bill. I mean, go ask everybody, do you pay your electricity bill? They're all going to say yes, because if they don't, their electricity gets shut off. So you make $1 on band one. Band one is like our low payout, like the small meters, like 3,000 kilowatt or 3,600 kilowatt hours a year, like maybe a $40 or $50 electric bill, up to maybe a $400 electric bill. That's basically what band one is. And then it goes up to band two and band three, but you earn $1 just on the entry level customers. And then it can go up from there, and 50 cents on community solar. You have 2 separate residuals. So that's a good program. And then we have level pay. As you promote through the compensation plan from regional energy advisor up to senior partner, you can earn all of these levels as you promote through the compensation plan. You can earn anywhere from 20 cents up to $1.50 on every single customer that is within your level 1 through 10. That's on a band 1. We do also have a band 2, which pays you even more. We even have a band 3, which pays you even more, but we won't even talk about those really. And community solar pays you a residual as well. So if you bookend these band 1s and the community solar, that's where most of your customers are going to fall. That's a lot of income. It might not seem like a big number, but if you understand how teams build, these are massive amounts of residual income. We also have coded infinity pay. I'm not going to get into too many details on this, but what I will tell you is that on band 1, you can earn, just like you did with the customer acquisition bonuses, you can earn the green column and one of these blue columns. So if you add a green and one of the blues together on electricity, that is an extra 90 cents per customer on top of the chart that I showed you just before. On top of all those levels, up to 90 cents on top of every one of those numbers that you see on this chart. And then to infinite levels beyond level 10, like what happens on level 11, level 50, level 100, you can earn up to 90 cents. That's just on the electricity band 1. If we go over to the community solar over here on the right side, you can also earn the green and the blue here, one of the blues. That's another 45 cents there. Add those together. That's $1.35 per customer per month to infinite levels, including the first 10, but all the way to infinity. We have a partner pool. Every time somebody pays their bill, money goes into the pool. Every time somebody comes on as a customer, money goes into the pool for both community solar and electricity. And as you rank up and get to partner and then regional partner and senior partner, all of those ranks, you're going to pick up shares on a monthly basis. They take the shares and they divide it into the money that's in the partner pool. And then they come up with a share value. It's like the stock market, right? You have a share. This is what it's worth. If a share is worth, I don't know, whatever, $1,000, for example, and you have 5 shares, congratulations, you just made $5,000 that month. This is paid monthly. It's a monthly profit sharing program because it is true profit sharing, because what that means is that you can earn on every customer that comes through the platform, not just your customers or your team's customers. You're actually rooting for people to go crazy with it that have nothing to do with your team. You're like rooting the other team on. You're cheering them on. This is how we're creating collaboration with this network and with this compensation plan. So if you drive to director in those first 3 months, I talked about that before, you can hop on a trip with us, do it by April, by the end of April, hit the rank of director or above, and you can go on a trip with us to a warm, sunny island somewhere, not in the United States. So get your passports ready. It's going to be in the month of September, most likely. So you have plenty of time to gauge that. Future expansion plans. It's never ending. Oh, it is never ending. There's more. Community solar, We're going to add additional states like California and Colorado and New Mexico and Virginia and Minnesota. These are all community solar states that we haven't even announced yet, but we'll be going there probably in 2024 or maybe earlier. Future expansion plans coming up, maybe toward the end of this year. That's Dallas, Texas, because we're going to go into Texas for electricity. It's like the holy grail of the electricity market. How about this one? We're going to add another. It'll be 5. I showed you those 4 things that no one does. Well, now we're going to add natural gas to it in 2024. We have the licenses because we acquired Think Energy. They had the licenses. Now we have the licenses. There are 20. I looked it up the other day. There are 24 deregulated states for natural gas. Now you're going to be able to we're going to have to add more columns to the already complex plan for bonuses and residuals for natural gas on top of all the things we just showed you there. So the people who are going to be the happiest about natural gas are the people who build now. And then when we launch it a year from now, you already have a customer base and they just opt into natural gas because they have it. Of course, they're going to opt in. And you're going to be the happiest people. The happiest people will be the people that build now and prepare for the future and what's to come. Our launch plan, energy advisor enrollments have begun. We're going in order, though. It's not like everybody in the world can just go sign up. You have to come referred by someone who was already in. So you get to the person who invited you here. You say, I want to come in. They say, great. As soon as I have my link, I'll give it to you. That's how it works. So we're going kind of like person to person to person, getting everybody enrolled. It's going to take some time, but that's where it is. And then it'll settle down in a couple of weeks. $99 to join. If you join before the 15th of February, if you wait until after the 15th, it'll be $129 for the first year. And then it's $99 a year for everybody after that. And you can see we're going to be enrolling customers, and it's probably going to be in February. And early February looks like is what our launch is going to be. And then we have virtual events coming up. We have our first weekly payments going out in February and for weekly pay, and then residuals get paid out monthly. That's going to start most likely in March. And we have tremendous social media launch strategy. I talked about John Breitbart. I mean, when you get to know this guy, he's something else. I really love a young guy, but so insightful and so thoughtful and so concerned about everybody. I love this guy. So I can't wait for you guys to meet him. So check out these, you can check out our official social media pages and things like that. Our launch tour coming up where you'll get to meet Brad, where you get to meet Mike Falquist and Brad Tales and John. You'll get to meet the field leaders, myself and my co-founding partners, Jim, Ed, and Brendan Kenny. We're the co-founders of the Think Plus Network, co-founding advisors here on the Think Plus Network. You'll get to meet all the leaders in the field. We're going to be in Providence, Rhode Island. We're going to be in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I can tell you that Portsmouth, New Hampshire will be the Hilton Garden Inn in Portsmouth. These are going to be like show up at 6:30 and meet and greet everybody, and then 7 p.m. meeting. We'll go over the details like we're doing here, and then you'll get to hear from the top brass in the company. And there will be more locations announced beyond what you see here. So it's happening. Get back in touch with the person that invited you here. We're really excited to be able to partner with you. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat box. There are too many people on here to just open it up for questions. We'll be here all night. And you know what? In 26 minutes, we're going to be doing it all over again with Jim, Brendan, and Ed on Zoom right there at 8 p.m. Eastern. So ditto, right over, just over and over again. We just keep doing this. We're like machines. It's just amazing what kind of excitement has come out of this thing. I got so excited about this thing last night. I was up until like 1:15 a.m. and I woke up wide awake at 4:43. I couldn't believe it. And, I didn't even have to take a nap today. That you're just running on adrenaline. It's just very exciting when you're at the beginning of something. And when you know what you have your hands on, it's all about timing and preparing for what you have your hands on. So there are the links. Let's get to some questions and then we'll let you guys get going. Let's see what markets are launching. I know I saw that question, so I'm going to get to that. I have the slides for that. Let's see. Can you mute your phone? Okay. Can people mute their mics? For some reason, I didn't realize that there were people, that you could hear everybody. I can't hear anybody. I don't know why. Maybe I don't have my volume up. That might help. I apologize for that, you guys. I apologize. I did not know that was going on. So appreciate that. People weren't muted out. Oh boy. See, I just get going and I get so excited about it. I just totally forget. So I will check that next time. What is the availability of community solar in Maine and the other markets launching? That's going to come. Maine is going to be our first market. Looks like it may even be right out of the gate or close to it. And, within a couple months or so after we launch, we'll be opening up community solar markets. The community solar states are I'll name the community solar states: Maine. So Maine, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. Let me see if there's still any background noise going on, because somebody else said that. I still don't hear anything for some reason, but let me go ahead and do that. I apologize, you guys. I didn't realize that I hadn't muted everybody. My bad. All right, I think everybody's muted now, but kind of too late for that. I hope I talked fast and furiously enough that I drowned out some of that noise. my apologies, everybody. So let's see. Who else? Let's see, where else are we? So Maine, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. These are community solar states: Maine, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New York, Illinois, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. Those are the community solar markets, so that you can know what they are. Now, the other 4 states, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, they're all heading toward that. They're heading in that direction. So, Robert, I appreciate that. I appreciate you appreciating the hard work and effort. I appreciate that. And I apologize for the noise in the background. If you personally, let's see, Cobra Allen, I like that. If you personally sign up an energy advisor, can you place them under somebody else to help them grow? Well, what you can do is you can just tell them to go and sign up under somebody else. You just give them, you just give them your link or the other person's link. That's how you do it. All right, let's see. Let's see, what else do we have? I guess it looked like at 7:36 we were all muted. Oh boy, I apologize, you guys. For some reason, I didn't realize I had my my volume down. So I'll fix that next time and make sure. Let's see. I looked for community solar in PA, but can't find it. Bob, you can't find community solar in Pennsylvania yet because they have not voted it in. So if you're in Pennsylvania or you know people in Pennsylvania or Ohio, they are about to come up and they're about to vote on their final bill to get community solar rolling in those states. So, we're probably like a year and a half away from having community solar in maybe Pennsylvania and Ohio. So to give you an idea there, these are our electricity markets for people who are wondering. In Connecticut, now in Connecticut, look, you can't right now in Connecticut because of the regulatory environment. Because it's basically like this. If we certified every energy advisor in Connecticut, which we can do, we can have them take a quiz and get certified, and then they could go out and sell energy. There's nothing that stops us from doing that. We can do that right now. As soon as we launch, we could do that. The problem is that if someone says the wrong thing, it's like a hornet's nest in Connecticut with the regulators, because they'll just fine you like millions of dollars or just no second chance. You'll just lose your license. And so we're not going to do that. That would be suicide. So we're going to work on other ways to get this done so that we can do business in Connecticut as advisors. This is going to happen after we launch the rest of the markets. It was a strategic decision. Do you go and focus on one market and maybe not open up the rest because you're trying to open up one? No, that would be stupid. So we're going to open up all the other 12 markets and then come back to Connecticut after, and we're going to figure out a way to do business in Connecticut. And that's how it's going to work. There are many ways to do it that will be compliant. It's just a matter of getting the regulators to say, yeah, that is right. You can do that. We don't want to just do it. We want to make them feel like they're partners in the decision. So that's what's going on. So we will be doing, in my opinion, we will be doing business, pretty quickly in Connecticut. District of Columbia, you see Potomac and Pepco. Delaware, it's Delmarva. Illinois, it's ComEd. We'll be adding the Ameren territory later. Maine, it's everywhere. Central Maine and Versant, wherever they are, you can do it. 4 markets in Maryland: Baltimore Gas and Electric, Delmarva, Potomac Edison, and Pepco, Potomac Electric. We have Ohio here as well. Ohio is just, we couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, that's amazing. A lot of markets in Ohio, same thing in Pennsylvania. We thought it was going to be just PP&L that was going to launch. And now it's, what is that? 6 or 7? It's like 7 different markets in Pennsylvania. And I think 7 in Ohio. Great place to be. Rhode Island is just wide open because there's only one company. There's like one municipality, I think, in Rhode Island, like one little notch where you can't do, where they can't sign up, but everywhere else in the whole state, it's just Rhode Island Energy. It used to be National Grid. New York, everywhere except Long Island. That's where we're going to be. And if you see that, the asterisk is just, we've already been approved for commercial. We're just waiting for somebody to file paperwork just to get the mass market certificate. It's not like a license that you need. It's just a certificate. We already have the license. We're already licensed in the state. It's just because the ownership was transferred, somebody has to file a piece of paper. So that's where it is. We already talked a little bit about Connecticut and how that is, so I don't have to go over that again. There's our schedule or our links, I should say. Can you say more about the 100% clean energy? Sure, I can. So I became a customer with Think Energy myself, so I got to see it. There's all different types of clean energy. Each state has their own type of certification. So in some states it's wind. In other states it's wind and solar. In other states it's hydro, wind, and solar. And so you'll have a mix of all of these things. If the state where we are operating considers nuclear to be clean, then that'll be clean. Anything that is considered clean by the state, we will be doing all of those. Are we going to be in Virginia for electric? Electricity has not deregulated in Virginia, Eric. That's something that's up to the legislature. I don't see that happening anytime soon, but we will be there for community solar. That's a great market for community solar and natural gas. So we'll have 2 offerings in that state. Chris, can a percentage of the customers for rank advancement be your personal customers? Yes. Your own personal customers. Like if you were trying to, get to a rank and you needed 100 personal customers or 1,000 customers to get to your rank, and you had 100 customers, or you had 200 customers, in personal customers, those 200 would count toward that 1,000. So yes, personal customers are also team customers. So look, there's a lot of money. If you're a good customer gatherer, you can go out and make a lot of money with this. $20 a customer right out of the gate plus $1 residual. We're not talking about nickels and dimes here. We're talking about dollars on your own personal customers. That's an amazing place to be. Well, Virginia, I think we talked about that. Community solar in Colorado now. Community solar is active in Colorado. We can go into that state whenever we want to for community solar. It's already up and running. There are farms. They just, to give you the lay of the land, Gary, in Colorado, it's kind of like they started out with this pilot project years ago, and they said, the farms could only be 1 megawatt, which allowed people to put like 170 to 200 customers on a farm. Well, then they went to 2, and now they're about to go to 4. Now it's going to get very interesting because now you can put 800 to 1,000 customers on a farm, and it's opening up. So that's exactly what's happening there. Again, you guys, I apologize. I did not realize that the mic, I had my volume down. I didn't even realize it. So otherwise I would have just muted everybody out. Let's see, Luke, is there something about the savings comparison at the end of the 3 to 5 year contract? It's not really a save. We have a flat rate. Everybody knows what they're getting. But we do have what's called a cash back program at the end of the 3 to 5 year program. That's basically what it comes out to. So if for some reason, here, this is the rate that you got, great. Here's what the utility was, great. Here's the analysis of it, great. And here's some cash back at the end if the utility happened to outperform our long-term fixed rate. Highly unlikely that that's going to happen. You saw the curves. So that's, very highly unlikely. Tiger Woods is here. Tiger Woods is in Florida, and you plan to move to New York. How soon can these markets be signed up? Oh, you plan to move. I guess it's not play, it's plan to move to New York. New York, we're talking about, a couple weeks or whatever, I don't know, maybe a month or something like that, but maybe less than that. Maybe it'll open up the same exact time. If the person files the piece of paper, then we'll open up right away at the same time in early February that we open the rest of the markets. So yeah, that's how it is. I think we've gotten to most of the questions. I'm seeing them slow down. Oh, maybe a couple squeaking in at the end, right? Is any word on Florida deregulating? No, it's going to be years for that to happen. I mean, there's not going to be a ton of electricity markets that deregulate for electricity. We will be moving a lot of our expansion will be in community solar, and a lot will be in natural gas as well. There's not really too many markets right now that we're going to be able to go into after we launch. I mean, Texas, yes, but not really much after that. Until some of those states deregulate, come to their senses, right? When will customers be able to sign on for the solar farm versus for electricity? Probably within a couple months. Some of the states like Maine, we might right out of the gate, we might be able to, and then they'll trickle in. It'll be like, oh, this one's coming up in a few weeks. This one's coming up next month. Here's 2 more coming up this month. And then here's one coming up in 3 months. It's going to be like that. So it'll be shortly after we launch electricity. No exact dates, but that's basically what it's going to be. Steve, do we know this person's name in New York? Maybe I can go knock on her door tomorrow. I love it. Yeah, that's basically where we are. Rick, will opting into community solar be as simple as checking a box? In many states? Yeah, each state's going to have their own requirements. But look, it's not going to cost anything, Rick. I've been in the community solar market for 4 years. And the hardest thing about community solar is that, well, here's the thing. Every single person that you talk to about community solar wants it. As soon as you say, get a discount on your bill every single month, just for signing up, then they say, okay, what's the catch? Well, the catch in the past with every other company that's out there, all of the other companies are not electricity suppliers and community solar providers. Maybe there's 1 or 2 here and there, but they're not doing it like we're doing it, okay? They're doing things like this. They're requiring you to do a credit check sometimes. Okay, that's a hurdle for some people. Then you need to give them a copy of every page of your electric bill. Some people don't want to give that, or it's hard to get it together to give them. Some of them don't have electronic means to get it to people. They don't have a copy machine. They don't have the ability to scan things. Okay, so that's hard. But then they require you to give your username and password for your utility company. So now you can really imagine when people, why do you need my password? Because they need it to go into your account to give you the discount. But, that's the old way of doing things. It's kind of back in the day, 4 or 5 years ago. Then you have to give them your checking account information or your credit card, because you have to go on auto pay. Think about that. So you're changing the people's buying habits, asking them for their password and their username and their checking account information or credit card information, and maybe even doing a credit check. It's like there's too many hurdles, and that's why it hasn't hit mass adoption the way they thought it would. Now along comes this company, Mike Falquist, seeing the light, saying, I know how to do this. Hey, I have an idea. How about we go get a supply license, which allows us to put discounts right on the bill? If you don't have a supply license, you can't do that. And let's just have people sign up by filling out a form. Maybe it's check a box. Maybe it's, maybe it's they have to fill out the rest of the form again, like their name, their phone number, their email, or, their electricity account number. But we're not going to require personal information, payment information, credit checks, none of that. Just get the discount right on your bill. You're done. That's it. That's the whole program. We're going to be like this vortex of community solar. Every developer, think about it. If you were a developer of a community solar farm and you just spent millions of dollars to build this farm, and you need to have it filled when you launch it, like when you open it, you need all of the panels to be providing clean electricity to customers, right? To match the amount of customers to your solar panels that you have on the farm remotely. If you don't have that, you're losing tons of money. Well, if I were the developer of a farm, who would I pick? The one that does the credit checks and needs the password and needs your credit card and your checking account information and put them on auto pay, or the one that just lets you sign up and get the discount on the bill with nothing changing? Of course, it's the latter. And so that's what we are. All the developers are going to be coming to us to say, well, please let us get our capacity into your platform, because you guys can bring in customers faster than anybody else. And we all know that word of mouth is the most powerful form of advertising. You combine that with this hands down the best platform the energy sector has ever seen, with those 4 different ways to impact your bill. Forget it. This is a home run. We're going to break every record in the energy sector. So you guys, I've got 7:51. You've worn me out tonight. I appreciate you being here. Get onto the event if you missed anything tonight, and I'm sorry that there was all kinds of noise in the background. Hop on Zoom at 8 p.m. at zoom.us/J/443-871-0086.